Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What's on the news tonight? EA is back at it with Battlefield. EA has learned some valuable lessons over the past while since the release of Battlefield 2042, and they are in process of the next Battlefield. And they're going to take the lessons they have learned from the debacle of 2042 and place them into the new one. They've learned their lesson, they said. I'm pretty sure this group is going to disagree with them learning their lesson. I'm pretty sure this group is going to say horse crap on their statement. EA wanted to take the next Battlefield and the previous Battlefield, make it the future of FPS. While there were some things to be enjoyed about it, there was a few things. Turning it off was one of them. The other part was the scale for large-scale battles was back. You don't get these kind of scales with Modern Warfare and all that. Battlefield is all about that, and they failed on every aspect of this game. So Battlefield 2042 was playable barely at launch. They made a bunch of patches and so forth, and EA's basically said, "Yep, we know what we did wrong. We're not going to do it again. We're gonna fix the problems in the next one." So, Pat, I believe you have more love for EA and Battlefield than anybody I've ever met. I mean, you got a EA tattoo right across your arm, don't you?
I have an EA tattoo. I have an EA tattoo on my ass where the A is my asshole. That's what I have.
Oh, it's in Braille.
It's in Braille, yeah. It's a scratch and sniff. It's one of those. It's so I don't EA never learns a lesson, right? We know this. You know, I think they grew up like we did. Listen to Paula Abdul, you know, the opposites attract. They take two steps. We take two steps forward and they go two steps backwards and think they made progress. And it's just EA thinks that we love this type of back and forth, except for some people must love it, right? Because some people just keep spending their damn money. And unfortunately, I have two asshats for friends, so I have to spend my money to play it because they want to play it, you know. And if I want to play with them, I have to play it. So they're the reason I got the tattoo, so they can scratch and sniff, you know. So I don't think EA learned their lesson. They were just like, what did we do wrong here? Did we not have enough loot boxes? That was it. There wasn't enough loot boxes. We nailed it, guys. We took them out. And we
forgot the NFTs.
Yeah. Shit. We took them out and people were upset. We didn't put enough in there. They were upset, you know. What valuable lessons did EA learn? Only time will tell. And unfortunately, you will have to buy to find out if they learned their lesson. And that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that you'll buy in, that they learn their lesson, and you'll buy the next game. Because everybody wants another Battlefield, except for me. I don't care, to be honest with you. I like playing with my friends, and that's how we play. So I'm okay doing that. And I get a little bit of time out of it because we played. But what we ended up doing was not playing a whole lot of multiplayer online because it's just the way it was. And we played a lot more, you know, co-ops versus AI. And then we'd go in for a couple of multiplayer maps and be like, okay, yep. They've just got too much crap wrong with it. I mean, when the game came out, hitboxes were all busted. All kinds of crap was busted, which just made it unplayable and unfun. And what made me laugh the hardest when I read this article was that they had the audacity to bring up Farming Simulator 22. And I laughed so hard when I read this Game Informer article that more players were playing Farming Simulator 22 than were playing Battlefield 2042. And I'm like, that's a fun-ass game. Don't rag on Farming Simulator. Me and Nick have plowed many a field in that game. I don't think we got in 22, but we played some of the other ones, right? There was this little Sailor Moon in between that field, right? You know, that's my 2 cents on it. You know, don't take anything I say to heart because I don't really care about these games. So they are what they are to me. And I only play them because I have friends that play and I like to play with them. But Nick, do you think EA learned their lesson and is going to incorporate all these changes that they learned from this failure of a game into their next one?
No. You're right. EA never learns a lesson. And I think EA's lesson that they learned on this one is how to destroy a franchise faster. I think they're just trying to, time themselves and see how quickly they could destroy a franchise, because that's what they do. So they're like, how quickly can we destroy this one before it even releases? Can we go for that? Because the feedback had to be like, no, guys. I mean, they were initially, what they were going to do supposedly is the next Battlefield game was going to focus more on the hero shooter aspect. And we have plenty of those. We have hero shooters. If we want to play hero shooter, there's a really popular one called Overwatch. That's a hero shooter that's very popular and pretty much runs the gamut. I mean, or like they want to talk about, so we don't need any more of these. People play Battlefield because they want a different experience. They want that big army, that no, those classes, but no real person. Like, everyone's just a foot soldier and that's it, right? And then you have, certain people play like with machine guns, and they'll take like anti-tank missiles, and certain people will do various other things. But we don't have these cheesy one-liner heroes. We don't need that in a Battlefield game. We want to get in and play. There's several things they did wrong with this, and no, they didn't learn anything from it. That's why no one plays it. That's why Farming Simulator, which is also a great game, like Pat said, it is a fun game, is being played more. And that's also why they're playing people. If you look out there on Steam's player counts, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 and the older Battlefields are being played more than this one, because no one likes this one, because they even the maps. I mean, usually, and I know Shane will attest to this, usually the maps are awesome. Maybe there's some that are okay, but there's usually like a handful that are really good maps that we like to play on. I don't think there was one single map on this game that I really cared for. And so it's like, you screwed up the maps, you screwed up everything with it. This was just EA at its finest. I mean, this is like, we made the perfect dish. This crap, here you go. And I mean, that's just what they do. They just destroyer of worlds, basically. And they've done it with one of my favorite FPS franchises. Will it get turned around? Will it come back and be something with the next iteration? I don't know. Hopefully they're getting away from the hero shooter thing, but I doubt they've learning the lessons. The lessons is that people want more of the same. Right? We're not, Battlefield fans are not tired of Battlefield, right? We want more Battlefield. We want more of the same that we like what you're giving us. Give us more of that, and make it different maps, make it different time periods where maybe it's like in the future, kind of like you were trying to do with 2042, but give us the same concepts, maybe sprinkle in some new stuff here and there. But basically the foundation remain the same. And so, but they didn't do that. They decided, we're going to make it into a hero shooter, which was the stupidest idea in the world. So good luck on trying to fix this and right that ship. Shane, what about you, man?
Yeah, I agree. They served us all a big old plate of crap tartar. So, unfortunately, this article is nothing but deja vu. We all remember Battlefront. Gamers complained. It was primarily about the BS that EA was doing within the game, with the loot boxing and everything. And EA, hey, we're sorry. Our bad. Battlefront 2 came out. They kept all the same crap. They just lowered the levels of it. So it wasn't quite as dramatic, but it's the same crap. The only lesson that they learned is to just screw you a little bit less. That's all they're going to learn from this. And Nick's absolutely right. They had a great formula. Battlefield 4 was fantastic. When it was released, it did have some issues, definitely, but nowhere near to the issues that 2042 has. And then that game turned out great. Me and Nick had great times. But it's almost like EA said, you know what? Everybody enjoyed those games. Let's not do that. Let's just not do that. You like destruction, Nick? You like destruction? Can't have it. We're not going to put it in this one because you liked it. People loved it. Let's not do that. Did you like your bullets hitting people when you shoot them? You did? Nope. We're not going to do that either. It's a whole new thing. It's called dodge gun. You got to dodge the person with the gun. That's the whole goddamn game. It's EA. I could ride on EA all day long. I could. But Dice has made some amazing battlefields. And I wasn't a big fan of 4. Which one was it? Battlefield 1, Battlefield
It was after
4?
1 was 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
I
think 4 comes
naming
after
mechanics.
1 too, right?
Yeah. Naming
was
mechanics, you
before
got to
1,
fix that shit too. Quit ditching that. Yeah, so that one. I wasn't a big fan of that, but it was still 100 times better than this turd. EA has got to just stop straight up lying. I mean, that's all they're doing. They lie to their customers. They lie to the shareholders by saying, "Oh yeah, we learned our lessons." What was the excuse for a few months ago? Halo's fault for releasing their multiplayer and releasing it, non-broken. It's ridiculous. But Dice, I know I have to understand that Dice is under EA's thumb. EA is a corporation that does not care about anything other than keeping shareholders happy. That's it. And I understand as a business aspect, that's part of business and part of game development, but they're taking too many liabilities. And there was like 100,000 signatures for refunds. I'm on there. There was an online thing for it. I'm on it because I gave them money for a broken turd, and I want my money back. And what's going to happen? They're going to turn around and make this thing free to play. And that's going to piss me off. So before I go on a tangent, you guys have anything else you want to tear into this?
Well, I think it just says something when, Steam is by far not the end all say all to things, but for PC it is, right? Most people buy stuff through Steam, and I don't know a better place to get charts for games, but when your game is averaging less players than previous versions, your newest game is, Battlefield 2042 to this date right now is averaging about 2,000 players, 2,049 players a concurrent on average. Battlefield 5 is 10,000 and Battlefield 1 is 4,000. That should say something to you when your newest piece in the franchise is barely eking past Battlefield 4, which is what I guess sounds like a bad version. I don't know. I don't play. But Battlefield 4 is getting an average of like 1,900, so
it's still fantastic. Me and Nick hopped on there a while back.
So Battlefield 4 is a good game, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's probably just old, and that's why people aren't playing it.
Yeah.
But it's still getting almost as much concurrent play time as Battlefield 2042. So, and so I don't know. The petition that Shane was just talking about had 229,898 people have signed, almost to the 300,000 that they were looking to get. I don't know how many new signatures they're getting a day, but I don't even know if people are getting a new one. I mean, I think when I looked at it the other day, only the last comment was a month ago or something like that. So people have probably all forgot about it. I mean, I didn't get my refund, but I put my name on it because I didn't feel I got my money's worth. I mean, we did play, but there was so many issues. I don't know. Give me 80% of my money back. I'll just pay you $20 for it and keep it and give me the rest back since you gave me, less than a full product,
The three of us can play about anything together and have a great time. And we milked this thing as hard as we could to try to get that great time going, but we couldn't. We found some laughter and all the technical issues with it. That's about as great as we got out of it.
Well, and let's not forget, Battlefield 2042 is not even quite 5 full months yet. We're like 4.5. almost 4. I mean, at the 12th, it came out November 12th. So Battlefield 2042 came out in November, and here we are just in March. So we got almost 5 months worth of it coming out, and it's not doing so hot still. And most Battlefield games are still ramping up with their player count, and people are running matches, and they're running, esports and all this other crap. So it's gaining popularity and waning and gaining, and, but this one just kind of like, it went whoop, whoop, and just fell down and just fell in the pile of crap, and nobody wants to pull it out.
Yeah, this is just another sign of a trend with developers that I hate. It's like they want to do everything that we don't want. The new Ghostbuster game was announced, and it was a 4v1. Developers have got to start listening to the gamers, the people that are buying this crap, because we don't want certain things. We don't want to see our game A turn into game B. We like game A. We want game A to be better in the next iteration. We want A plus, not what the shit. So, I mean, it's a terrible trend that's happening. And I honestly can't understand it. And so many developers and publishers doing it. It's just, it just really irks me. So
I feel like for EA, it's really about, I think for them, it's all about the top dollar, right? And getting that dollar from the player. It was probably an EA executive to saying that they wanted this to become a hero shooter so they could sell microtransactions for those heroes, right? That was the whole idea, right? There's no reason to make Battlefield a hero shooter unless that was your idea, is we're going to make him a hero shooter, because if we have just generic, like, Soldier A and Soldier B, we can't sell cosmetics. But if we have Jim, the specialist, and with his own, stupid one-liners and shit, we can sell Jim's hat that looks really cool for like $20 or something, and we can do all this and that. And that, I think that was initially the idea, right? That's EA's idea. It's like, what can we do to microtransaction the hell out of this game? And what that ends up doing is I feel like is that the development time and the focus gets shifted off of the game itself and turns into, what do we need to do to make sure that this makes more money than the initial sales it's going to make just buying the game, right? And I feel like that's what EA does to a lot of these franchises, and that's why a lot of these franchises die, right? And we see games coming out from BioWare that just get killed off, like Anthem, and we see games from DICE, in this case with Battlefield, just getting killed off because EA is just trying to make that buck wherever they can make it and not making a game worth playing. So really, in the end, I mean, it baffles my mind, because it's like, why do you keep doing this, EA? Because you're losing that battle. Stop doing that. If you make an awesome game, guess what? You're probably going to make more money. I mean, I don't know the statistics of everything in the back end and how much money they make versus game sales and microtransactions. But it's like, if you create an awesome Battlefield game, you're going to make tons of sales from the purchase of the game alone. And then if you do DLC in the future, like new maps and stuff, you're going to make money from that. Right? The money will come. The microtransactions will come. You just got to make a game that's competent, right? If you make a game that's good, then you can go and sell your hats and crap, and people will buy them because they love the game. You got 10,000, 20,000 people playing it every day, right? Otherwise, you're in this boat where there's 2,000 people on PC, granted, playing, and your older games are getting more people because they're better than what you're trying to make here. So EA's got to stop it. I mean, they just kill every good game and every franchise out there. And are they trying to go out of business? I mean, is that what their motive is? I don't understand.
Right.
Yep.
Because wasn't this game touted as the new foundation or the future of FPSs, what 2042 was? So now the future of FPSs looks pretty bleak if this is what we have to go for. But now EA is going, but maybe it's not the future. We found out you guys don't like the future. We're all very anti-future around here, I guess. So you can't have that. Can't have
Well, it
nice
was
things.
an alternative future. See, the timeline from the multiverse veered to the right. So they backed it up and they put it on the right timeline for the next one. So
Right. I
um,
mean, to me, it's just EA blaming everybody but themselves. You know, it's the future
yeah.
of gaming, but you guys don't like the future, so we have to go back to the past.
Yep. And you know what? Go back to the past. Fix the past, alter it, improve upon it. Just don't give me this turd again, and don't give me the lies. That's the problem with the EA. It's just the BS that they spew out when inevitably all the gamers are like, "What is this piece of crap you're serving us? That you're charging us?" And it's irksome. Um, it's just like I said, it's a trend that these developers and stuff are going through where they're not listening to the gamers. They're butchering IPs. I mean, like Pat, you've always said, EA is where games and developers go to die. So you're not wrong. So I don't know. You guys have anything else to tear up about on Battlefield? Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Give us your opinion. What do you think about 2042, the Battlefield franchise as a whole? What would you like to see EA do besides, give the dice to somebody who will make a good game? Um, Give us your thoughts and opinions on it about this or first-person shooters in general. Me and Nick are definitely into it, and Pat loves to play with us. So, but again, thanks for listening. Make sure you hit the notifications, you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you tell all your friends and have a great time with it. And we'll see you next time. See ya.